We're back with another church website review, where I head to a church's live website and give my honest first impressions and feedback. Let's check out this week's website. All right, well, this week we are heading to the church at Broadway Park in Indiana. The website is churchatbroadwaypark.org. Right away, there's a few things that I notice that pop out to me as just as the page loads. I love the animation as things kind of scroll in and roll in. That's really awesome. Just kind of those micro just interactions that people like to see. Just kind of makes a quality feel to your website. So great job with that. The first thing that I notice in this top little section is that I actually see your logo twice. So I see it in these two areas, and I'm kind of curious if that's wasting space a little bit. Obviously, I know right away that I'm on the right website. I'm at the church at Broadway Park, and that's great. But we have the logo up here, as most websites do. So I would think that this could be used in some other way. Maybe it's a welcome statement or something like that. What makes your church unique is something that we talk about quite a bit too. But I do notice that there's this card kind of layout. So you see how the center card kind of overlaps between the sections. That's really cool. I like the look of that. I think it's smooth. It looks great. And as you scroll down, you see some of the more animation scrolling in. Those are all really good things. The other thing that I really like to see right away is the location. So when we are right at the top of the website, we see where we are, how to get in contact with you, and we see when the church meets on Sundays. If you're a first-time guest, that's something that you want to know probably. Where the church is, am I at the right church, and what time do they meet on Sunday? I would love to see probably some sort of call to action, like find out more, join us on Sunday, watch a previous service, some kind of first step call to action would be great. But I think it's great. I think the layout, the look is clean. So really good job there. I also love that this page is clearly created for first-time visitors. You see in this next section below the location and times a little bit about who we are. You see some of the like first-time questions, dress casually or dress formally. You can see all of these different things that kind of answer what a first-time guest would want to know or would ask. I think, as always, visuals speak a lot more than words. So if you're going to say dress casually or dress formally, for a first-time guest, that's not really helpful. What do people actually wear on Sunday? I don't want to stick out. I want to fit in. I want to, make sure that I'm kind of meeting the norms of this congregation. So visuals really help. Obviously, you're trying to say that, you're welcome no matter what you wear, but people want to see like what ages people are, what people are wearing, what the worship looks like. So pictures would be really great to have here as you kind of explain a little bit and introduce your church to your guest on your website. I do want to come back and visit this Learn More button and see where that goes, but let's keep scrolling down. What people experience at Broadway Park. Okay, so this is kind of a scrolling like testimonial section. That's really cool. A lot of churches kind of skip this, but these statements can have a really big impact. So find some people in your church where you can hear their story, where they're willing to share a story, what the church has done or what this ministry means to them or something like that. All of those things are really great to share and kind of share about your church and what makes your church your church. So these are really cool. I would love, again, to see some more visuals, though. A picture would be great. Sometimes people don't want their picture with it, but you could include pictures of like whatever they're talking about, worship, kids ministry, whatever it is. But I really like that you're doing this this kind of testimonial section. So I think that's really cool. I would love to see this. I would love to see this section visually broken up a little bit more. I mentioned pictures, but you really have what people experience. So your testimonials, and then you have this keep in touch. This is really two different sections, but visually it looks like one, because this looks like a bigger heading than this one. The font is different. The hierarchy, the text size is different. So it looks like this is all one section. So visually, that's kind of what we think. So I would recommend different background color, use consistent headings, heading size, heading 1, heading 2, that kind of thing. And that could really make a difference visually for the website as well. And it's also, these are all different than this what to expect as well. So a few things that I think could really help take the homepage to that next level. But I love the cleanness. I love the simplicity. It is clearly for first-time visitors. And with those couple just like visual additions and changes, could really help your website. So let's go to this Learn More button and see what's going on here. So it takes us to the what we believe. Is that what I think? A little bit about who we are. You'll be welcomed. I would not expect to come to what we believe from there. I would expect also just notice that your URL changed as well. So I would expect this, a little bit about who we are, learn more. I would expect this to take me to a page that explains what Sundays look like, what ministry looks like, what people can expect, or what do I do when I show up on Sunday, something like that, something geared toward a first-time visitor, or basic about us type information. All of your beliefs are important, and people do care about that, and your denomination, affiliation, all of that is important, but that's probably something later down the road. So probably not a first button off of the homepage type information. I would expect something in between there. So like I said, geared toward first time, like what to expect when we show up on Sunday. The other thing that I notice just as I go to this page, I think I just kind of didn't notice the button here, but the menu is very large because you have the Give Online button and then you have your menu. That just takes up a lot of space visually, especially on like a smaller screen. So if my screen was a little bit smaller, if I was on my phone, I'm curious what that would look like. And I wonder if you might have like an icon or something for your logo that scales down a little bit more, or a different orientation of the logo, something like that to help scale down a little bit more so that this can take up less space visually, because it's... that's probably 10% of my screen, something like that, 15%, something. So that's a pretty large section. I mentioned this in the last video, just kind of thinking through your menu, but I would love to see, if Give Online, maybe make it in line with the rest of it. It tends to get hidden because it's above the menu. So our eyes go right to the home, who we are, what we do, contact us, watch online, and we kind of skip over the Give Online. So something to think about there as well. Going back to the homepage, let's check out the Watch Online page, because if I recall, sorry, I'm going to go back real quick. The Learn More button. Yeah, so Learn More was the only call to action. It was the only next step opportunity that you give me on the homepage. Obviously, we have the menu, but that's more if we are looking for something specific, we go to the menu. If we are exploring the website, we want those big call to action, call out buttons to guide us kind of through this journey in starting a relationship between the church visitor and the church itself. So right now, the only opportunity for me to continue in learning and building this relationship or starting this relationship is to learn more, which takes me to your beliefs. And I already talked about that a little bit. So again, I think something here, even looking at the menu, I'm not really sure where I would go to learn a little bit more about the church, Sundays, what to expect. So let's check out the Watch Online, because maybe that's where we can learn a little bit more about the church. So Sundays at 10:15. Yeah, okay. For some reason, I thought the homepage had a different time, but it's the same time. Sundays at 10:15. It must only be available Sundays to watch. So I would expect, it doesn't say watch live, it says watch online. So I would expect as a user that this page would have video archive, the last week's sermon, something here that's available outside of Sunday at 10:15. If I'm not available at Sunday at 10:15, what do? How do I watch? I'm not really sure even where to go from that. I do like the simplicity of the menu. And so I really think that, the design is there. I love the cleanness of it. I mentioned that earlier. But I do think that adding some key pieces for first-time visitors will help you kind of build that initial relationship as people start to get to know you and explore your church, and figure out, if this church is for me and for my family, if we want to show up throughout the week or on Sundays or whatever that looks like. This who we are, I think, let's see if this is clickable. Nope. So our beliefs, obviously that's the page that we went to, I would assume. Our legacy as a first-time visitor, I'm not super interested in like your history right away. Your team is really great. That is one of the most visited pages on a lot of church websites. So always have a page with your staff and make that easily accessible. I think that's great. Let's check out this How We Grow and see what that is. So this is kind of the page that I'm looking for. Going from the home page, that button that's there, the Learn More button, I would expect something more along this lines, How We Grow. We talk about the gathering that happens on Sundays, maybe add a little bit more what to expect. You talk about music and a message. Practically, what does that look like? This looks like a stock photo. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But the more I use photos, the more I get a fuller picture of what the church looks like, what Sunday looks like, all of those things. We talk about life groups, and when that takes place, that's really good, what they are. So this is kind of that basic information that I was expecting and looking for. The title, I think, is not misleading, but it's not what I expected when I came to the page. So, so just something to think about. If someone is coming to your website for the first time, they don't know the insider language. They don't know the insider terms and discipleship strategies and all of that. So practically at the basic level, what is it that people want to know? What are they looking for? What questions are they asking? How do we answer that as simple, as easy, and as quick as possible? And how do we build that into kind of essentially like a faith formation process? And what does that look like? That's really kind of what I'm thinking as I look at a church website, or as I enter into a new community and want to check out churches. I go to their website and I want to learn a little bit, piece by piece, and explore if that's the right church for me and for my family, where we're going to show up on Sunday. Overall, I really do like the simplicity of the design, great colors, great look. That card overlay, I think, is really great. And with those little tweaks, thinking through the calls to action, thinking through images, visual hierarchy, those kinds of things, I really think that your website can really go to the next level. So I'm excited to see if and when you all do make changes, make sure to reach out to me. I would love to see it. And if you're not from Church at Broadway Park, but you found something that you think would apply to your church, let me know. I would love to see your website as well and see what you're thinking through as you kind of evaluate your own church's website. So there you go. One thing before you go, though, Church Juice is launching an all-new church communications and mentorship program. It's a 5-month program, and anyone in the church communication space is welcome to apply, but space is limited. So as you're watching today, I would love for you to consider taking part in this mentorship program, but hurry. Applications are due this Thursday, August 8th. So you can head to churchjuice.com/mentor for details. I'll throw the link in the description below, of course. As always, at Church Juice, we love helping you energize your church's communications. Head to churchjuice.com for free resources and more. I'm Brian Haley, your biggest fan, and I will see you next time.